don't know why I always gravitate right towards your comments. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, he's funny. He's funny. But anyway, see, that's just fucking drinking. I wouldn't. That's the right. But honestly, I swear to God, every time I look at the chat, I just fucking see his name. Like, my eyes just land on Stuff Up Horse. I can't help it. But, he wrote, last time I went in the Wildcat Discord, they were talking about dudes banging each other, dudes isn't gay. Or, sorry, dudes banging other dudes isn't gay. It was the weirdest conversations you've ever listened to. Our Discord does get a little crazy, but it's fun in there. It is fun. And with the Discord the way we have it now, you really get, like, direct access to the host based on what show you're a part of, and that is huge. Like, the one day I was on Discord, and that BC, I was in there for hours. Like, it's hard to stop. Even for a little watch party, and we watched Milkers together, and then we, like, brainstormed what donations to do together. Like, it was fun. Because it was like a punishment free for Catholics, so we were like, what punishments should we do? Miss Emperor, welcome to Fan World. Oh, thank you so much. Schizo Spice, guys. That's a funny name. It's like a potato that's schizo.
Hello there. My name is John McCarthy, and I would like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Let's get this going. We've got just 3 holes of matchmaking today in this stroke play affair. Okay, let's do it.
It'll be easier when you do that, when you drive the hole.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Flying was exhausting, but nowhere near like driving is. For the distance, yeah. Buckley, thanks for the $2. He wrote, love you, Tina. Can't wait to be on with you. Buckley was on the show yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
And Jay Shug is here. You know what? I'll bring him in to mix it up just a little bit.
Pound this one out there.
Hi, Jay Shug. You're live.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Shopping is hard.
Nothing for fits.
Everything I'm worth it.
I'm a Hawaiian shirt guy.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your style and budget and done. Your personal stylist and
That's too bad.
for you.
That was easy. Stitch Fix.
And he's ready to tee off here. Let's see how this goes.
I'm doing well, thank you. Hold on, let me, How you all doing? It's so exciting to see you guys both.
Setting up in the sandy old lie.
Tina, hello, big fan, and Becky, obviously, big fan as well.
Oh, thank you.
I've been stressing out about my Queen show not having the YouTube people on it, so.
Boy, Becky, it looks like
All
you and
right,
him would
click
be a
off the
cute
golf
couple.
shoes. We're out of the sand and into the fairway. Good stuff. And he found him in the fairway bunker. Let's see what happens here.
It's so nice to see your face, because I've seen your name, but I've never actually gotten to see you on camera.
You know, I'm a day one Queen subscriber, and, you know, it's
5-iron on display for this one.
Than Tina, so I knew Tina was coming over here. So.
And from around 200 yards out, let's see what he does.
And Natalie also said in the chat she's got another hour and a half before she flies home. So she's still down there. Don't worry, girl. The nightmare's about to end. But actually, you guys are probably having fun down there. Because now we'll be stressing. You can actually kick back and enjoy it.
She dashed up. No,
This
she
is
was
his
nice
third
and went to the
shot.
airport early. So Billy and Nightmare could catch their money.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't know people were still down there. For how
Yeah, there's a few stragglers. There's a few stragglers.
Okay, let's see if we can get this out of here.
Secret's going to be about. Give it. So you get that donation.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a secret. Because we've all seen the video.
You know, there's another secret to it. It's not just the fact that they tried to get it. It goes deep to that.
I was pleased with back camp. It was a little disappointing in some points. I would love to have both of you there the whole time, you know what I mean? But things happen, so.
God, I was so bummed. I spent like $3 grand total. $3 grand total. The cat sitting cost.
Well, let's see how he gets out of this one.
For cat sitting, and it wasn't refundable, even though I came home early. It fucked me so bad. And then having to leave early, even if I had already paid for a plane ticket, it still cost me an additional $200 or $300
All right, let's
on
see
top
what
of
he
that.
can do from
And
the
then I
greenside
stayed at a
bunker.
hotel for 2 days. Because all the flights were shit. It was like middle seats only, or stuff where I couldn't get somebody to
All
pick
right,
me
let's
up
see if
from
he
the
can do
airport,
this. He
which
needs
would
it to
make
save
that more
par.
expensive. It was all
Looks like this
whole
putt will
fucking
track a
night.
bit to the right.
And your folks wouldn't come over and help you?
No, that was the whole thing. That was why I had that expense originally when I've been planning to go to back camp all these months. Whenever I travel, it's always my mom who comes and watches my cats. But because
And as he
Team
sets
and
this one
others
up,
have
he's
said like a
got
bunch of shit
double
about my
bogey on his
family,
mind.
my mom, that's part of
Yeah, I
it.
think this
But
one's
also as a
breaking to the
whole,
left.
after like this seeming more cultish and stuff, my mom wanted to have nothing to do with it, and she didn't want to enable me. And so she said, like, if I have anything to do with it, she will not come watch my cats. My dad was supposed to drive me to the airport. He would not do that. They pulled everything. And even me getting to the airport from up here, I'm an hour and a half away from the airport, so it's like
Oh,
250
sliding
bucks.
by.
It's a lot.
Okay,
It was
this
a
is
whole
saying
thing.
a par.
Yeah.
Disappointed if they didn't support you more than that. But what I can say is, like, I had a lot of respect for you before the back camp because, like, what draws people towards you is that you're willing to fight even though there are people getting up on you, right? So I had a lot of respect for you then, and then
And after
to
that
see
one, even
you
par
shave
is your
your
score.
head gave me much deeper respect for you. So
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
yeah, so I really appreciate that.
Okay, here we
and,
go. Number
you know,
17,
I
and
guess
it
this
is
is for
a
both of you.
par
I was trying to
3.
get in touch with Mike
Best of
because
luck.
Mike told a story early on in Queens where he had a AGP stuffed, toy that he said he had given to somebody.
Safely on the green.
They had their stolen, right?
He's ready to tee
And
off. Let's see what
our
happens here with him.
community looks out for each other. So I actually have one. And I know Mike was going to give one to his kids. And
They're going
I'm
with the
willing to
5
give
iron
this
here.
to him so he can give it to his kids. I'll text him. You just let me know. I've always been a Mike fan too.
Wow.
AGP never dies. I've always been an AGP fan. I've been on some of his videos like saying happy birthday AGP. Oops. Alright, that's my fault. But yeah, I have this stuff, and if he wants it, I sent him a message on a Discord. I sent him a message on Twitter, and Becky, I sent you a message as well on Discord as
What
well.
is, let me see, I got you J Shug, and let me just check my, oh, sorry, you know what, sorry, dang it, I have to make myself go full screen to check it. J Shug.
I can message you again.
Send me another message so you could, sorry, can't see you, I get too many, and then people get thumbs down.
Yeah, I bet. Which is the reason why I wasn't,
Yeah.
But
That's awesome of you, that's
Well,
so
this
sweet.
is definitely in the sand.
I love
Let's see what goes
Mike,
down for him.
and I love Bridget, and I love this community, and like I said, if he wants this for his kids, I'd be more than willing to give it to him because
I'm glad
this
it's
is
him
his
and not
legacy.
me
Right?
out there. This is a kind of a long
His
putt to
kids
deal with.
deserve it.
Yeah, I took a
This
screenshot.
one looks like it'll break to the right.
How many of there are out there? I know it was a limited time.
And this one is from 23 feet. This one's got a pretty steep left to right break. And a 4-foot putt.
Right. And I had this thing at work. This thing sits on my desk at work, and people walk by and ask me about it. And so I thought it was something about this thing, and yeah. Ike's a good person.
This is for his bogey.
And good people deserve good things, right? And so that's why I want to give
Bring
that
you up
to
to
him,
even par after that
he
one.
deserves it. And so yeah.
All right, here we go.
I appreciate you having me
18th
on.
hole,
That's
par
all.
4 at Pinehurst,
I've
number
been
2.
waiting for
Hopefully
a
we
few
can avoid
times
the
before,
big old
I never
bunker down the
up here,
right
but
side of
I'm
this
glad to have
fairway.
gotten this
And
chance
we
to
can have
talk
a
to you
nice
about
look at this green
So,
on
yeah.
approach.
I'll let him know. I just texted.
Ooh, just tapped
Thank you,
to
Tina.
that
Thank you,
drop.
Becky, so much.
Yeah,
I'm not going
totally.
to take any more of your time, but I really appreciate
Okay,
you
he
having
appears to
me
be
on.
ready to roll
And I'm
on
so
this one.
thankful
Let's
you
see
guys
how
are
this
back.
tee
Like,
shot
it is a
goes.
staple. You two have to stay together. Please. Sorry.
You hear that, Tina? We're stuck with each other.
Okay, he's setting up the second shot here.
I'll do my best. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Talk to you later. Yeah.
All right, and there's one other person I'll bring in a
Setting
second.
up around 130 yards.
To respond to somebody, I'm sorry, the text gets me sometimes. The $3,000 haircut. No, that was getting my hair shaved bald. Normally I trim my own hair. Thank you. And the $3,000 iPad. I know people keep saying that. Like, what kind of iPad is $3,000? A maxed out iPad Pro.
This
And I'm a
approach is
digital
heading
artist.
right
I
at the
create
pin.
digital art. That's one of the many
No, it's
things
unlucky.
I do.
Missed the green on
besides
that one.
make money. So yeah, $3,000 iPad. So it lets you have more layers and it lets you process things faster. Also for video editing. Maxed out iPad Pro. Woo. You know, I go ahead.
Got your secret.
Well, they're supposed to pay for it. All right, for the next $50, what I'll do is I think I can get one of
Still
my
want to save that
t-shirts.
par.
I'm
This is
willing
the
to do
time to
that.
do it. You
Not
need
like
this
the big kahuna
to go.
shirt, because there's like one massive
I think
one.
this one's breaking
Oh, you know what
just
I
a
could
bit
do?
to the right.
I think I have 10 secrets. Let me count how many I have. They could pick a number when they donate, and then that'll dictate what secret they get, because I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, because I knew I'd be drinking. Let me see how many secrets I have.
Just not enough mustard on that
1, 2, 3,
one.
4, 5, 6,
All
7,
right, not
8.
much
I
left
only
here.
have 8 secrets.
We're
When
done
you
here.
donate,
Finished
if you
with
want
the
a
tap.
secret, just pick a number between
Way
1
to
and
pull
8, or
down
I'll
that
pick a
win on
random
this
one for
three-hole
you.
affair. My hat's off to you.
Oh, wow. Becky's got
And with
secrets.
that, I will let you go.
And you
Thank
know
you
what?
very much for the round of golf. I had a good amount of fun. Hopefully you did too.
People like, we're not recognizing the personal team, the personal challenge. But these are people that want to stay on their own channel, like me, what myself say. I wanted to say them yesterday during the stream, and I didn't say them. But then I realized, hey, if I'm making money off the secrets, then they might be okay with it. Plus, then hopefully they won't hate it too bad. By they, I mean Keem and Mike. Hopefully they won't hate it too bad, because I set the secrets here. And okay. So that one is Tina talks shit about Michael all the time behind his back, like trying to get him replaced, trying to get Keem to get rid of Michael. He does it all the time. And
That's a lie.
he hates working with him.
That's a lie.
How is that a lie? You have told me that. You confided that to me. You know what? You want to make it take if you go you first, you first. If you want to be fucking because it's stupid, it's personal call because you're smart enough to take the biggest
Why? That's not something I can always do. Why I tell you? I'm not gonna have you. Yeah. I'm gonna wait a second. Dark inside, fuck yeah. And I'm gonna work with you next time. Absolutely not. I make myself fuck this lie. Well, he already knows how I feel. Period. But I never said I was easy to get rid of. That's a bald-faced fucking
Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, welcoming you to PGA Tour 2K25. Looking forward to see what goes down out there today. A little bit of three-hole matchmaking today, I see. I hope you have fun. Hopefully you snag some birdies out there today.
In fact, I'll tell you the number in case you guys want to know. Let me see which one it is.
Are you saying that she's like you about it first? If you do that, you're fired.
This one's heading for the sand, I think. All right, interested to see what he has in store for us here.
If you guys want to know more about that.
Are you an HVAC technician looking for a new opportunity? We'd love for you to consider our
He has a chance of winding up in the
family
rough
owned
here.
shop since 1961.
And
You already
that
know
one
we
will
have the best
sneak
medical.
into that
But we'd
second
love
cut
for
of
you
rough.
experience. Understand what
Okay,
makes
let's
a career all possible.
send it.
Secret number 30.
So you pay you.
I'm not
And you
saying
took a
shit,
punishment for nothing.
I'm not saying shit because they gotta pay for it because we got to pay off that cam.
$1,961 super shattered $19.99.
Oh, come on now. That's not what you deserve.
And for what it's worth, yes, it possibly could get me fired. But they have said enough stuff that I am willing to say it anyway. That was the whole point of the fucking alcohol, because otherwise I would not be brave enough to do this without it. Tina, you told me, because I was complaining about Team or Mike. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been Mike at the time. I don't know. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't think you had enough out of the sand. Oh, sand to sand. Hopefully we'll get out of here next shot.
Team Star did know why I went out of town. And he laughed about it, and I got punished for it anyway. He did fucking know. He knew the exact reason.
So I worked for 4 days and so did Mike. We're alive thinking that your aunt was dying of CPOD. You motherfuckers, you guys are liars. You guys are all fucking liars over here. Goddamn trash can liars. You're a fucking asshole for that shit. James! Did you lie on Becky? Did you know that Becky was going to fuck for money? You lied to other people. You let other people down, Becky. You're a fucking asshole for that.
At first, I gave the excuse. That much is true. But then I went down there. I told them about it. They knew why I was down there. They heard me saying I was having the most relaxing bath of my life and that I had this gorgeous hotel room I was in and that, oh, I could call into a stream right from my hotel room. I'm willing to make content out of this. They fucking knew. And they still punished me and made me go out there with the spread for bread sign. They still made me do the cleaning my room punishment even though they knew. And that's why I fought back against it so hard.
Why didn't you tell it then?
Let's get out of this sand.
Because that would mean that things were scripted. And we're not allowed to say that. I personally don't think that means things are scripted. I think that Team took it personal. This is my opinion. I said it back then and I'll say it now. I think he took it personal because he acted like an
just about
boyfriend where he was so mad that I went to another man.
This putt is insanely long. I kind of feel bad for the guy, really.
Had more money than he did.
It looks like this one's breaking right
Please
to left.
stop disrespecting Brentley. Come on, Becky. That is her boyfriend. That is her fiance. And every time you talk that way about Team, you're disrespecting her. And she didn't say a fucking rude word to you while you were there at Fat Camp. And I think you owe her a little bit of respect for her.
Nothing wrong with that putt.
They have their relationship, and that is what it is, and I respect the sanctity of their relationship.
And about 14 feet to go. This putt's going uphill and to the right.
But I'm saying he acted like a jealous boyfriend, and you know what? Those punishments he made me do, they were fucking
It's always tough
personal.
leaving them short.
They sucked. He picked
This
punishments
next putt
he knew
is
would
for the
come
bird.
right to my
Let's see
heart,
how he does.
and he made me do it like a jilted boyfriend.
Well, let's ask the crew how they feel about you lying. Because you not only lied to me, your co-host, you lied to your fans out here, the supporters. And then you took punishment like you really was upset about it. He embarrassed you in front of your mother. And all you got to say is, Steve already knew where I was. So did Mike. So now you wait till after Fat Camp to say it? Something ain't right about that.
Because if I did, I would have broken the NDA. That's why we have the NDA. And that means I'm allowed to call out that bullshit when it happened. But since they broke the
4
NDA,
feet to go.
during Fat Camp, especially Michael, I got one about him on this list too. That's number one. That's like the super juicy one. Since they broke the NDA,
Bit of a sluggish start. Starting our round above par, but we'll get back down there eventually.
Don't ever call me a fucking liar again. Because guess what? I'm going to tell the truth.
Huge John, thank you so much for that. I'll say it in who, what, why, no. Don't call me while I'm screaming. Huge John, thank you for that. I'll get to that in 1 second. I could not, and this is what was so frustrating and infuriating to me, and this is part of why I cried so much over those punishments. And it's so unfair, because I couldn't say that they knew. I couldn't, because then that's breaking the NDA.
This is an 8-iron. And he's ready to tee off. Let's see what he has.
All this time.
You know why, Mike? I said, Mike, people die of COPD.
You got a huge ass. You got a fucking massive one. I'm so glad you chose this because this is the one of every secret I have on this list that has bothered me the most. something that to some of you would call scripted. That vote way back in the beginning when I was first a host, I was told to speak up against Voldemort, the woman who shall now be known as Voldemort, and speak out against her and her father and why I didn't want them here. When they voted me off the show, and I was miserable for 2 weeks, I couldn't sleep, I could barely eat, I felt so awful.
Here's their
I thought I
7
lost
iron.
my job and I was doing everything to get it back.
Okay, let's see what you do
It
here.
was fake. It was staged. Everybody knew the plan except for me. That I got fired and I wasn't really fired and I didn't know. And this is why I call people like Team Sadistic. Because he just sat back and fucking laughed while I struggled and put my
Can't place
relationship
my
with
finger on
Richard
it. Something was
at the
off
time
on
through
that
the
swing,
ringer.
though.
It was awful.
Well, that's too bad. Pretty sure you weren't planning on
I
that.
didn't know shit about
It's okay. And this will be his second shot.
That's a lie.
How did I know about it?
I don't
I
know.
didn't like you. I didn't like you, so I didn't like you on the show, period. So that wasn't scripted. I chose her because you looked better than all of us, and I was told you need eye candy, and you were eye candy. So you can prove I knew about it? Prove it right now. But you're making yourself look real fucking stupid. You're making yourself look real stupid, Becky.
Once
Real
again, it was a voice
Yeah.
call, and you're the one who told me. You're the one who told me.
Okay, you've got this one for par. This one's breaking left to right. It's also downhill. Oh, come on, limits.
But I didn't find out. I think they did that in the summer sometime.
And this putt's around 11 feet out.
February, I think.
I think this
Sometime
one will go
in
left to right.
February, after Tina and we were friends for a while, I finally had the guts to just ask her, hey, what was that about? Was that scripted or was it not? And it turned out it was scripted. And that is the biggest secret.
Your hair scripted, bitch.
No.
And will it drop? He needs this to go to save par. I think it's breaking to the left. The putt goes down. That'll be for his par. 8 feet to the cup.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know if I can talk about that one. It's too recent. I feel more comfortable talking about things from the past.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Second bogey in a row, unfortunately.
I'll think about it. We'll see with the next donation.
And that will do.
Now I'm getting real fucking quiet.
And you are currently 2-0.
For all the time, like I struggled so bad. And when I was my personal thing, that was the one I wanted to say the most that I stopped myself from saying. So here's the thing, guys. Even if you ever think something is scripted or staged, it might be. They might have an idea of it, but not everybody is in on it. That's the
This one's
fucking
heading to
thing.
the fairway, I
You
think.
never know what's going to happen. And I confronted Keem about it after. It's one of the things.
All right, let's see how he does on this hole.
Flava and Savage, when I went up there to talk about him, and he said he was going to pick Flava from the Discord, and he never did. And then he pulled the rug out from under me with that. He pulled the rug out from under me.
All right,
when he
bombs
fired
away.
me on the show,
Let's see what
and
happens
I thought
here.
it
Let's go.
was real, and it wasn't. That's one of the ways he let me down. It was a big one for me.
Okay, just like you're telling the audience now, that he has a hot to you, and that's why he took it personal when you went to fuck
Well,
someone else.
that's just an opinion. That's just my thought. I don't have any proof of that. He never
Good shot.
He told me that the opposite. When I went down with backhand, he was the
And
only
as
one
he
who told
sets
me
up,
I
he's
was
around
shattered in
245
person. So
yards
that's a different
out.
thing. By the way, yes, there were wig shops down there. There absolutely were. I will tell you what happened. I'll tell you that part of it. So Glammy took me out to Sally's. I looked at Sally's because I know there's Sally's Beauty Supply. Because I knew there was one by Walmart. So I searched, there was one right by Walmart where everyone did like their runs for groceries. And so I asked them if they could take me. They took me to Sally's, which usually sells hair extensions and wigs. That Sally's that we went to didn't have any.
Okay, this is looking to be about 225 from the pin.
Because I don't want people to flood them with reviews. But they said, yeah, there's this place nearby called X. And they have wigs, but they're not always open. Like, they work random hours. It was just 2 miles down the road. We went there. It was so sketchy. Glammy didn't even want to turn the car off. She wanted to be ready to go. And in there, they had one wig, and it was this one. It was like it was meant for me. Thank God.
Did you get that before or after you shaved your hair?
I'm not talking timeline.
Well, that one's goodbye.
Okay, go ahead.
And from here, he's looking at around 205 yards to the pin.
I'm responding to something. Hang on. You guys are getting me in fucking trouble.
They've gone with the 6-iron on this one.
With you, Michael Brand New Day Lavender. It'll leave then you'll love.
Same a dialect coach. I'm a dialect coach.
Want a career as a dialect
Have
coach?
that.
We're not the school for you. Want a
See
career-focused
how he
degree that's
does
fast,
from the
flexible,
green side of
and
the bunker.
affordable? Apply now at post.edu. Post University.
Yeah. Just like I saw.
And he's staring this one down, trying to save his par. This one looks like it's breaking to the left.
You motherfucker.
What I get?
You know what you're doing.
I'm not doing shit. I got a phone in my hand.
I think I need another drink before I get any more.
Here's a 9-foot putt.
I'm like,
This one
You
starts
came
off pretty straight
You came
and
up with
then
this.
should
This is your
turn to the
title.
left.
Oh, that's not mine. Right? You came up with this. You already had the 10 things down. You were all set to do this by yourself. So how am I the motherfucker? I didn't think
He's
you were
got
going to
8
do something
feet
like
to go.
this. Never.
here's the problem. Even if I do
Okay,
say what
that'll bring
happened,
his round
it's
to
just
an
gonna
end.
get denied after, so.
And you're probably right.
Okay,
wouldn't say
ending
nothing
your
if I was
round
you.
with a par putt. Well done.
But the other stuff is
Well,
old enough,
unfortunately,
I
he's
think
gonna
that,
end his
I
round
think
with
I
the
can get away
bogey.
with that.
Okay, and as we head our separate ways,
Yeah.
it'll be 2 over for you after
I think
this
people
one's
shouldn't
done.
drink when they're doing podcasts.
Well, luckily for me,
And I won't
this is
do
where
it.
we go our
I'll
separate
wait
No,
till
your
it's
fault.
the donation.
Your fault.
No,
This
you're
is your
right.
show.
You're right. I'll
This is
wait
your
till-
show. This is your show. I'm off.
No, you're
Do
right.
whatever you
You're
want
right.
to do.
I'll
But
wait.
I just think you're going to get yourself in trouble. I really think you're going to get yourself in trouble, Max.
I probably am. I probably am. But this is where I say, team is allowed to say all this shit about me. They're all allowed to say all this shit about me where they break the NDA, so why shouldn't I be able to?
He's the boss. He owns it.
Michael broke the NDA too, not just team. And I'm pretty sure Michael had to sign one.
Michael's the boss, too. He's not an employee.
I don't think so, though. Not the way the team is. I don't know. I can't even discuss the specifics of that because NDA. But as far as I know, I think it's different. I think Michael is actually just like us in terms of ownership and everything else. Even though he's like our boss.
I don't
Saying
know.
don't drink. Somebody saying Tina. Listen.
No.
Asshole, Tina.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Valid, yeah.
All right, fine. Maybe then I'm better if people don't donate for a drink. Because, like, I'm already, like, what can I say? My eyes can't focus very well, so I'm already feeling it. So maybe I should slow down because some of these are a little. Let me take a look at what else I've got on here.
I can see Keem now walking around his fucking kitchen saying, has she lost her fucking mind? I can see him doing it.
Mm.
But then again, you know him better than me, so I don't know. I know Mike better than you, but you know Pete.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can take your chances. I wouldn't.
So here's what I have, and I could pull up receipts for this, for getting the wig down there. So after my head was shaved, right, I was incredibly, like, I did not want to go out looking like that. For my own sanity, I just needed to look more like myself if I could, or see hair on my head. I was really worried about how I was going to feel. So beforehand, we kind of talked about, like, limits. Like, what is way too far, like things that I absolutely would not do under any circumstance. And that's a conversation we generally do have, because otherwise, like, what, am I gonna just be branded without permission, right? But then after the head was shaved, then Slammy ended up taking me out, and we ended up looking at wigs, and that's how I was lucky enough to get this, yeah.
Okay.
After my head was shaved. That's also when I bought my eyelash extensions, actually. I packed them up with me when I came home because I didn't know, because I was at Sally's Beauty first and they were so helpful telling me about that other shop that I was like, let me at least buy something here. Oh, let me get eyelash extensions so I can look pretty in case I can't find a wig. So that's what I did because, you know, bald, you see your eyes and all your features more. So that's what I did. Then we ended up going out, buying the wig, and thank God there was one. That is what
And you know
happened
what?
there.
And you don't lie, right?
No, not when I'm being myself, I don't. As my character, I do. Not as myself.
Okay. Good enough for me. I'm not going to question it.
It was extremely kind of Glammy to do that. She was an MVP when I was there. She took me there. Like, and I asked her, when I asked her, because there were only certain people who had cars, and she was the one who wasn't going to have a show coming up. So when I asked her, and like other people who had cars, like Wings, I obviously couldn't have him, right? With like Wings and Kelly. Boogie had a car, but it's like hard for him to drive. So I asked Glammy, and like without hesitation, she was right there, Glammy and her husband, and they took me. So they were seriously the real MVP, because if I didn't have this, I don't know how I would have felt. And this was everything. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
In the chat, obviously I'm not answering questions without donos. Michael's divorce, is that scripted? Do you want to talk about that, Tina? You don't have to, because they didn't pay for it.
No, I'm not going to discuss that. You got to remember, they're family to me.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to talk about his kids or his wife or nothing. Nope.
You make it through security so fast, the agents applaud. When it comes to travel, you're a winner. And that's why you went with National.
Why the
No,
lies were not effing stupid? Well, sometimes lies are like decent for, like they move.
See how this goes? This is why you should never have opened that can of fucking worms. Never.
Probably, but I felt I had to clear my name when I left before, because then when the important shit comes up, like SA and stuff like that, or my concerns about safety at SAT camp, no one listens to me because they think I'm a liar and they don't understand. Sometimes I bring stuff up and it's not content, it's the truth. No one can tell because everything gets all mixed together.
Yeah, but we all went there with not knowing what would happen to us, and none of us had safety problems, but you had safety problems from the beginning.
Because I'm the villain that everybody hates, so I knew what I was in for.
No, you weren't, because me and Savage have hated each other for over 10 years. And she's gone real life on me, and I still did it.
That's you guys. But
I know.
that's not the case with me. There's a lot. Look at how much Ken hates me for what I feel is no goddamn
Yeah,
reason.
But he didn't say a rude word to you. He didn't just speak to you. He didn't just you. He didn't say shit.
Well,
Nothing to
he
you.
has. He did it in a dono. He did it saying whatever that $100 donation was, begging for me to not be allowed back, saying that I think he said I was a liability or something. I don't remember. Don't quote me on it. But he's been very rude about me for no goddamn reason. I don't usually talk shit about him. I don't say shit about him. I let him stay in his lane. I stay in mine.
Well, what caused the rift between you and him?
There shouldn't be a rift. I have no idea. Honestly, when I managed, my only interaction with him for the most part is when I managed Nerds, and we were totally fine. We were fine over there. So the only thing I can think of, and this is what somebody said to me, and I don't know if this is true, this is speculation, so I don't know, take it with a grain of salt, is that maybe since he was like on the after show and he was friends with Richie, my ex, where I have the SA claims, that's why he doesn't like me. But I don't know. That would make sense if it's the case, but I don't know. That's just speculation. Otherwise, I have no fucking idea why he's got an issue with me. I've never done anything to him to give him cause to have an issue with me.
Okay, you're saying Mike broke the NDA also.
Mm-hmm. They both break it all the time. Like, we're not allowed to talk about finances. All they do, but like, technically, NDAs are usually one direction. Like, so Keen's not really bound by one. He's not making himself sign an NDA. But like, we're not supposed to talk about finances. He talks about them all the time. He literally was just talking about my paycheck and how he gave me so much money. By the way, you didn't give it to me. I earned it. That's why it's called a paycheck, because this is a job. But they're willing to break it whenever they want to, when it's convenient for them. But when Keen says, I'm trying to swindle him out of $500, I'm not allowed to proactively mention my paycheck, because then I'm breaking the NDA. It's very unfair. The cards are stacked against me.
Yeah, but you know, Becky, since we started on this green thing, you had to get money from him from the jump. You paid it back, yes. But then you need money every time something happens for some reason. You go to him and ask him for money, so therefore he has a reason to fuck with you. I don't ask him for shit. He don't fuck with me like he does you.
I understand that, but I'm also a single woman with absolutely nobody to rely on for anything. And so, yeah, I'm in bad financial circumstances. And I made that very clear to him before I ever even decided to do this show. So he would know I was being open and honest. Like, yeah, I'm bad financially. I'm $36,000 in debt just for my education. Never mind my car and all my other bills I have.
Yeah, but me and Mama were sleeping in the street. We lost our home and everything before I came here. And I'm single too. I'm single also. With no other. My son don't work. There ain't no money coming in here except for what I get for my retirement. But it ain't shit. But I'm just saying, if you didn't ask him for things, maybe he wouldn't talk shit to you.
Yeah, but even if he wants to talk shit to me, and this is the thing, it should be between me and him. He shouldn't go and poison a whole audience against me, especially after we decide we've resolved the issues. You know? And by the way, I just said in the chat, I said in 7 to 8K before taxes isn't a whole lot, to be honest, not in this economy. It's really not, especially when you're an independent contractor who has to pay for your own insurance. My minimum for taxes is 30%. If I ever do make more money from the show, it could go up as high as 50%. So it's not really a lot of money. It goes very quickly, especially if you're backed up on bills like I was. Not to mention the fact it was nobody's business how much money I make. He should have never put that out there. Nobody should fucking know. I don't want the world to know how much money I make.
But you to me too. They talk about me being poor, my car being a piece of shit, the money I make too. I mean, it just happened. You guys put everything on camera over here. You know that.
Yeah, I disagree with it though, because if there's an NDA there and we're not allowed to talk about it, you know, I like.
Why would I use kayaks to compare hundreds of travel sites at once?
A quick round of 3 holes today in this matchmaking
I can't
affair.
trust anything else to do the job right.
Here we go.
I don't think he should be making how much money I make public. I don't think he should.
Right.
And then on top of it, acting like it's a huge amount. Listen, if I was working in my career path, it's been over a decade since I made that amount of money. That is low money to me compared to what I'm used to making when I work a regular job. I'm not saying I should make as much from a regular job as I do here. This is an amazing job that I love. I get to drink and stream, and it's fucking fun. The other jobs I would have worked before are way more stressful, and that's why they pay so much more. You know, but I didn't think it was anyone's business either. But he's happy to break this NDA whenever he wants. So, you know, I don't plan on doing this again in the future. This is a one night only thing. I will never, like, if these other secrets don't come out, then I guess they just go to the grave with me. This is one time, and then moving forward, it's a clean slate.
What if King gets pissed off? He doesn't allow this one time because you are saying some very derogatory things towards.
Okay, this one might be a bit long. Well, he can't hit all the greens. And he's ready to let her rip. Let's see how this hole goes.
Before the stream, me and him talked and everything was going to be okay. But he decided to bring out about my paycheck and how I shouldn't be in financial difficulty and whatever. That's nobody's business but my own. It's not right to do that. If any other employer did that, they'd be sued. Just Spacey Stacy, thank you for being a member of BAMWorld for 2 months. They say
going with the hybrid.
Just move on. But the rest of the chat doesn't agree. So.
No, because they want to hear Jordan King. Come on, man, you know what they want.
All right, this is his third shot.
I don't think this is the worst thing because you know what? If the secrets come out now.
And from the green side, sand. Looking for an up and down here.
As I said, I do not plan on quitting like ever. Okay. And
you're going to get fired because he
if I get fired, that's fine. If he wants to fire me, that's fine. But I will not quit. I'm not going to be the one to walk away. But if I were ever to like get fired in the future,
out of the sand. We're on the green.
Somewhere else on any other channel, not even just my own, and spill the secrets there. At least if I spill them here, Keen's getting the money for them.
Wow. How big he wants that for his reputation, though?
What reputation? He ruins his own reputation a lot of times.
Oh my, can he get this to go?
I was a boss. And if my employee acted insubordinate like you, I'd fire the motherfucker. And that's just my opinion. You're not going to talk shit
This one needs
about
to hold
me
on
as
to
your
the fairway.
boss.
Even if you, and would you feel that way even if you were the boss and you were constantly talking shit about that employee? Or would you kind of understand?
I mean, it goes both ways. It's like me and Michael over the years. That's what I've been brought to court for not shutting the fuck up. So it could go to court too. There's a lot of things that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, if it didn't bother you when it happened, why are you talking about it now?
Oh, it bothered me. I just couldn't say anything because of the NDA. There's a lot of things that it bothered. That's why I always end up quitting and walking away. Because quitting is something I could
Here's a
do
par putt.
and not be sued for.
This one's going up the hill and to the left.
Well, we also signed paperwork at back camp, and you're exposing shit from back camp.
No, that was just a waiver about our safety, about personal safety.
Yeah, from that distance, that's going to work.
That's all I find.
And here's a look at his putt for par.
You know, that we can't sue if we got hurt or whatever, which is part of why I wanted to know my property and stuff was safe. And I wouldn't have started a physical fight for no reason because there's no way to sue Team over that for that. Over that. Or, yeah, over that. We signed a waiver.
Right.
Okay, he needs this to save his putt. And that'll drop. All right, here's the tap. And a bit of a slow start. We are over par after the first hole, but don't worry about that. We have lots more golf to play. Let's just concentrate on this next hole.
Every time somebody leaves somebody, people usually get exposed, scream. Yeah, they're good for a few times, but after a while, people don't give a fuck no entire year. And you're so mistreated by the employers. So you're saying you're willing to be mistreated for money? You're willing to do that for a job?
He's looking ready to roll. Let's see how he does on this hole.
That's what I would think as a supporter. Like, why are you still here if you're so mistreated?
Well, I think the pros outweigh the cons.
Okay.
So that's why I'm still here.
Sand, let's
go.
But I also do think it's bullshit if other people are allowed to break the NDA, spin things, say whatever they want, and I'm not. I will call that out. I'm not going to let that happen anymore. Now, I agree with you with the respect going both ways. I would love nothing more. That's what I want. I didn't want to start this show today and immediately be jumped on my team.
There we go.
That totally threw off the whole vibe. I was feeling great.
Okay, let's see how he deals with this sand trap.
Well, he must have you must have said something that got him in here.
No, he literally started the stream. I just introduced the stream and then came in here and then he ended up coming in. I didn't say anything yet.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't say anything yet. And then he said, well, he did it just to give us content since you weren't here. Well, okay, here's the content.
Yeah, but listen, I was told that I could stay off to get rest, and I said no. I want to come in.
Yeah, you're fine. You
Later.
didn't have
but
to
I don't
be
want to
here.
be. I don't want to be part of
sand,
secret.
and I don't think
I don't want to be part of fucking people exposing each other. I thought we were beyond that. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get in trouble for that. You're the one trying to stop me. You're not going to be in trouble. You're fine. I'm the one who's getting in trouble.
Yeah, but you think you'd be over that now? Don't you get tired of being in trouble?
I would rather not, but I get in trouble no matter what I do.
A little bit to the right on the approach here.
That's not flattering about team.
It's okay. No worries. We'll be on the green soon enough.
That's like how our whole team started off.
Okay.
Anna gave $5 saying, I'm sorry about thinking there was no wig shop. You're correct. There's some beauty shops, but the town is small, so I was surprised. Yeah, and this shop that sold this stuff, do you remember the one time I told Michael during a stream when he was streaming in Shannon, and I was like, if you need a wig in person, go to the black area of town. That's where they'll have them. That's where this was, and it was literally just a trailer. It wasn't even a formal business. It was a trailer that was separate from a house, and they had a Ring camera, and I had to ring the door. This is why Glammy was so sketched out. And I had to ring the doorbell before going in, and I went in, and it was just one guy watching over the whole shop. So but you can't find stuff like that in person, and that's what I did. Thank God, because I almost wasn't able to. Yeah, Wendy Marie is saying Texas has a lot of wigs and fake hair shops. They do. They do. Or at least we're lucky enough.
I didn't look around for any of that.
Yeah.
I just brought the kids out to get something to eat. Get something, if anybody else needs something to the house, we went straight back to the house.
Well, I did, and thank God I did.
Here we have a 17-foot putt.
Okay from the
This
front,
putt's
but in
going
the
uphill. Looks like it's moving left
we
to
lost
right.
the camera. Yes, we did.
No, didn't quite get there, did it? He's trying to save par right here. Let's see if he can do it.
Stretch away to the Illinois lottery.
This one's just a 3-footer.
I guess I'll finish what I'm saying while you do that. It was
And hopefully this streak doesn't continue. That's for your second bogey in a row here. And right now you're 2 over.
Team said I got it at Sally's. No, I went to Sally's first, and then they recommended another place to get it. I got my attention to Sally's though, and I did them myself. Oh, yeah, here's. See, now you guys are gonna get me fucking in trouble. The truth in the chat. Tina, are you aware that you're not on camera right now and we can't see or hear you? Tina? Anyway, the truth says, don't start singing racist when you ignore Tina saying the N-word.
You are only 2 strokes off the lead. This is the final hole. Let's do some damage.
According to Team, she's a ninja.
That was good. And here we go.
So
This
Sally
is
told you to
his
go to the
second
hood.
shot.
No, it was like a local nearby store, but there were 2 women working there at Sally's, and they were so nice. And because I had limited time, because we had shows to do later in the day, I was like, hey, do you guys sell wigs here? And they were like, no, we don't have any hair here. And I was like, do you know anywhere nearby that does? And they said, yes, there's this store called Blank, but it's really small, and they don't work regular hours, and you can't even call ahead. I tried. Their number was disconnected. You just have to show up. And luckily, it was just a couple miles away.
Okay,
so
setting
I
up
showed
around
and they happened to
250
be open
yards or
by the
so.
grace of God, and I got my wig. I did bring hair extensions. Actually, I could show you. I did bring. This will show you it's not scripted. First of all, actually, I have a way to show you that I won't even fuck with. But first of all, if it was scripted in any way that I was going to go down there and save my time, I would have never gone. Ever. The second thing, and I'll go grab my bag right now, is in my bag I actually packed hair
All right,
extensions,
setting
like
up
my
now in the
clip-on
bunker. Let's see
ponytails
what
and
you've
stuff
got.
that I wear, the fake ponytails. I had that with me, which really tells you I wasn't planning to shave my head. Hang on, I'll go get my bag. Give me 1 sec. Well, I don't want to leave you guys alone here without Tina. If you guys want me to go get my bag, I still haven't unpacked it. I'll go get it and show you. Some of those just sketchy and show up places work out the best. Yeah, I was so lucky. They had almost everything I needed.
10-foot putt
They didn't
here.
have dry shampoo, which
Looks like this
this
one's
wig
breaking
really
to the
needs
left.
more of because it's way too shiny, and dry shampoo kills the shine. But they had the wig. They had the band to like sew to the wig to make it tighter if you want to adjust it to your head. They had everything else. I'm not unpacked. No, I've been so tired since I got back. Everything is still in my bag. I did not unpack a thing. I dropped my bag by the door when I came in, and that is where it had stayed. My purse as well. That just shows you I was second guessing it. I don't know what you mean.
And now this from 5
What
feet.
numbers are left? I have. Oh, Tina, you're back. We can hear you.
Yes, I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay, this fella's all done here today.
The numbers I have
Okay,
left
let's
are
drop this one on in there and finish our day. And as this round comes to an end, that's going to be...
Somebody give me a lighter, please, and water.
Because I don't actually have the numbers the way I wrote them down. I should have.
Here at HB
Okay.
Studios. Thank you very much for the round. We'll see you next time.
1, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm very slow because of the drinking.
Excuse me. I think I got to
6.
take me some UTO. I got a bladder infection or something.
UTO, what is that?
It's that cranberry stuff you get over the counter. Thank you. Drink a lot of water. I did drink a lot of water down there.
And 8. Yeah.
And the weather's different down there.
So you know what I'm going to do? I did these like, let me send these to myself, and then I can actually put numbers on the list on the computer where it's easier so that I can answer that question in the future easier.
Albert.
I had to read through all of them and remember, did I say this or did I not? Get Google Docs.
I hope this is your last time doing this, please.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. If these secrets don't come out tonight, it's never happening again. This is the end of like putting a period at the end of a sentence, and then we move on and we've got that fresh start.
Yep.
And if the chat doesn't want to hear them for any reason, they don't have to ask for them. They could just pay either for me to drink or show my head.
Yeah, but you're already bald-headed to get back on the show. I'd hate for you to have to get thrown off the show because you just have to clear your mind. Sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut. Take it from me, because I have a lot of secrets I could tell. I will go to my grave with them.
Oh, I
Because
have secrets I'll take to my grave
you'll
too.
end up in court. You'll end up in court sometimes. I'm just saying.
I think after all this, I'm guessing probably no one's going to donate for them anymore. Let's see if anybody does. You've probably talked them out of it.
Because it's best not to tell him, because Keem ain't the type of person, or even Mike, to fuck around with. And if you tell something about Mike, he's gonna be shitting. I'm telling you that from experience. He will be fucking mad as a motherfucker. Because I don't remember him telling anything on you.
He said other things. Not
Like
about
what?
me,
Can you
though.
tell me?
No, one of them is a secret. That's number one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that one's not him. That was somebody else.
Right.
So never mind that. Oh, here, I'm just doing it right on my phone. I'm numbering it on here. It's good enough. Can you look at the chat while I'm doing this? They said they're not paying for any of that. That's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't, you guys. I don't want you to stop format. I'm not trying to stop donations, Becky, but we could have come up with way something better more than that. Because it's going to cause a lot of feelings. We're not the only ones sleeping. You remember King went down there he drove all the way down there too.
Mm-hmm.
And he went crazy trying to rally in all his cows. And he took up a lot of his time too. And you know what? I think this is going to cause a problem. My opinion only.
Mm.
Yeah, just saying. I know from experience. By telling secrets, motherfucker, I end up in court.
Well, then
Many
what would you like to do to try to... Excuse me,
I don't know, Becky, but I think that you can just be yourself without telling fucking secrets on people. I think that's a low blow for anybody to do. And I'm not proud of myself in the past. But I also knew boundaries, and I knew that certain things I told I would never be able to come back from. That's why Mike gave me a chance. Because there's certain things I'm just not willing to do.
What are boundaries? Keem doesn't believe in boundaries.
Sure he does. He asked me if he could throw my leg in the water, and I told him absolutely not. It was Becky. He said, never mind. So yeah, he does have boundaries. Come on now.
Oh, whenever I mention that, he says if I say the word boundaries, that's like a Me Too type of term that I'm using to gaslight him.
I don't know y'all's relationship, like I said before. I have a different one with Michael. Michael screamed at me on live down there, and you know he did. Screamed his ass off at me.
I just saw it during the show that we did.
Yeah, and it was embarrassing to me. But I bit the bullet and said, okay. So it happened. What's all?
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just...
would have got up and started swinging. I've learned over the years to just shut the fuck up. You're not going to change somebody by telling them how you feel about certain shit.
I'm just reordering. I'm still reordering the secrets so I can tell the ones, if people want them, that I haven't said. It's one stream only, so...
Okay, good luck. Good luck. All you Queen supporters know this might be Becky's last day, so make sure you pay her well.
They're not paying anything, so... Oh, they're saying Roxy is in the chat. Let me see. Let me look up.
Roxy, come on up here. Roxy, come on up here. Come on, girl. Get up here. I'll sign your underwear. Come on.
Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat.
And all you people that are running around telling rumors, anything I said about Hate and Savage before Fat Camp, after Fat Camp, I don't hate her. I wish her well. We're not going to work together, but go and tell anything you want to, because it's all old shit. So go fuck yourself.
I sworn I said 3 secrets and not 2, but have 6 on it.
Well, he's going to tear your ass up, just know. He might not. He might be sleeping.
Well, hopefully he is. Or he's drinking. He's nicer when he drinks.
So, Roxy, girl.
Oh, it's super text. It's not Roxy. Hey, what's up?
I'm like Roxy. I'm kind of Roxy focused.
This is the
Hi,
producer
Tina.
for Mad
I'm a
House.
big fan.
How are ya? So do you think that Becky
Yeah, I'm
should
a
tell
huge fan of your
secrets?
work.
Do you think Becky should tell secrets on Keem Michael?
I think there's a level of professional behavior about not disclosing background shit. But, people call me a stick in the mud. I don't know. I'm all about the game. Although, Michael's secrets are kind of juicy, Yeah.
He didn't tell me
I-
secrets. She must know
I'll listen
something I
to
don't.
I'll listen to a Mike's secret here and there. Keith's for one, I don't know. The guy scares me. He's a little aggressive. But Michael, hey, I'm down. Becky, I want to ask, what's the plan for Queen tonight? How long are you guys streaming for?
Not very long.
What, Tina?
She will, but I won't. I'm just here to help her out.
Secret number 8, please.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I renumbered them from 1 through 5, so 8 would be the last one. Thank you for that, Carbuncle. That Tina,
What do you think about me?
when I left and I left my dress behind, you wore it knowing you were going to set me off.
Yes.
You did it on purpose, and you were probably told to do it by somebody.
No, I did it on my own.
Because that's what I
100%.
heard.
When one man said yes at the pinch me moment, I went through lenders and I just would get denied in the sense that when I drove off the lot, I smiled the whole way.